welcome back to my third lecture on class 12 chapter 4 reproductive health. We were actually studying about contraceptive devices, and I told you that these contraceptive measures or methods of contraceptions or contraceptive devices, as you may call them, they basically belong to two categories. One is a temporary method. Temporary method includes all those methods and devices which when used will prevent pregnancy, but the day you stop using them, then the pregnancy can resume. And then there is a permanent method. Once you adopt it, after that you cannot reverse pregnancy. There can be no pregnancy henceforth. So we were basically learning in my previous lecture about the temporary methods of contraception, and I told you there are 5 types. One is the natural method, the other is the barrier method, the third is IUD, the fourth is your pills, and the fifth is implant. Of the 5, 3 of them has already been taught in my previous lecture, that is the natural method, the barrier method and the IUDs. So the topic I need to take up today is the 4th and the 5th one, that is the pills and injections and implants, right? Before I teach you about pills, injections, implants, etc., I just want to share something I read today in an article which was published by Harvard University. I found this article on their website, and that was absolutely amazing and interesting, which I really want to share with you. And what is that? The heading of that article went like this: Taming the Cycle, How the Pill Works. It was really interesting. Taming the cycle. Oh my God, what does that mean? Taming the cycle here means speaks about taming the menstrual cycle. Being a woman, the first thing that came to me is, okay, I've heard that animals are tamed. We tame dogs, we tame cats, we tame tigers for the circus. But here, what we are doing, we are going to tame a physiological function that occurs in a periodic sense, once in one lunar month, that is 28 days, and that is going to be tamed. Okay, that sounded interesting. So what is it? Basically, the article actually deals with. The article is very well written, very beautifully written and crafted. It just wants to explain you actually what do pills do and how do the pills, they actually regulate pregnancy. That is what it tried to explain in that article. So it just started like this, that we were just thinking how to regulate pregnancy, how to plan having children without actually interfering much with the sexual life, how to do that. We were just going to the plans when one of the scientists, they discovered a small thing. What was that? They saw that in case of rabbits, they observed that those rabbits which were pregnant, the female rabbits who were pregnant, when their ovaries were transferred to infertile female rabbits, right? When that was transferred to the infertile female rabbits, even they were not getting pregnant. They were not getting pregnant. That means transferring that means transferring the ovary of a pregnant rabbit into an infertile one. Infertile, say, I just mean someone who is not into the stage of pregnancy right now, was actually acting as a contraception. It was preventing further pregnancy. So how was that possible? Studies revealed it was not actually the ovary which was doing the magic, and it was actually a hormone. Yes, you guessed it right. The hormone is progesterone, which was doing the task of contraception. From here, we started exploring the role of hormones in the entire process of ovulation and uterine development, 2 key concepts that are associated with the role of female in pregnancy. I repeat, what I want to tell you is, in the process of pregnancy, what is the role of female, right? So without wasting time, I'm just dividing the blackboard into 2, and I want you to understand what is the role of female in the process of pregnancy. 1, the female makes eggs, right, which is ovulated, and the fertilization takes place at the ampulla part of the fallopian tube, right? And second, after fertilization, the child is implanted in the wall of the uterus. It is here that the zygote gets converted into embryo before it is delivered to the outside. That is, if we want to regulate pregnancy in females, it is at 2 points where the things can be regulated. One, at the point of ovulation. If at all we can prevent the ovaries forming eggs and hence ovulating, in absence of the female gamete egg, there can be no pregnancy. So if we could somehow regulate this, pregnancy could be avoided. That means it could act as a method of contraception. Second, if we could make the uterus unstable by any means, right? And if at all fertilization took place and the uterus was unstable, obviously it would not allow the zygote to implant and develop, and if the zygote is not implanted or if it does not get the appropriate conditions to develop, again the pregnancy can be aborted. Again, this could be a good method of contraception. And third, though a minor one, could be thought of is the female receives the male gamete in the vagina and the cervix. If at all the conditions of the cervix could be so altered, I again repeat, if at all the conditions of the cervix could be so altered that it would make the conditions hostile for the sperms, then the sperms would not be able to meet the egg, and this again could control or regulate pregnancy. So this is what came to us. So if we want to regulate pregnancy in females, we can do it by 3 methods. One, what if we do not form the egg and ovulated? No egg, no pregnancy. What if the uterus is made unstable? We do not allow the zygote to implant. No implantation, no pregnancy, no reproduction. And what if we do not allow, if we make the condition hostile for the sperms? If the sperms, they do not meet the eggs, again the same thing. No pregnancy. So that was a wonderful method of contraception. So how to do that? Studies on that rabbit, it revealed all this could be regulated because in our body, this entire well-planned, scripted and orchestrated events are under hormonal control. There are certain hormones in our body. These hormones actually, they work in a very well predefined, scripted manner to accomplish this entire task, which could actually lead to pregnancy. So if we could somewhere interfere in this well scripted process, stop it or regulate it at some point, we could be able to tame our menstrual cycle and tame the pregnancy. This is where the concept of taming comes up. Taming the cycle means, because if at all the pregnancy doesn't occur, then this entire preparation is led to the outside in the form of menstruation, right? So somewhere this entire process of ovulation and uterine development is, the external manifestation of this is actually menstrual cycle. So if we somehow know how, which hormones are involved in the entire process and how do they actually work, then if we could interfere in their process of working, then the cycle could be tamed and we would allow ovulation to occur when we thought is the right time, and we would allow the uterus to implant only when we wanted it to implant, and we would allow the sperms to fertilize only when we wanted it to happen. In this way, the pregnancy could be regulated, right? So from there came the process or the concept of pills, and the story will go further. Let us see what is this pills and what are the hormones actually which regulate, and which hormone is actually used in pills. Which hormones they actually regulate the process, and of those, which hormones are actually used in pills by the female and why, right? To regulate fertility or to regulate pregnancy. So I have already taught you this in my previous chapter, menstrual cycle, but for your sake, let me quickly revise with you once again. We know that we have a master endocrine gland called as pituitary, which is divided into two lobes, the anterior lobe and the posterior lobe. Anterior lobe, we know it very well. It makes 8 hormones in case of humans, of which 2 hormones, namely LH and FSH, they have a role in the process of ovulation and uterine development. Now you must understand one thing, two things in female. One, we need to stop this ovulation, and second, we need to make the uterus unfit, and third, if you could do it, please make the cervix fertile, right? So let us see how it happens. Now the pituitary, it makes two hormones. Of the first, these two primary hormones, that means the hormones made by the pituitary, their role is just this, to make the eggs and ensure that the egg is in the fallopian tube so that fertilization can take place. इनका खुद का role, their own role is only two. One, I told you. So what they do is, under the influence of FSH, as I told you, the primary follicle will eventually develop into Graafian follicle, right? The role of FSH is to bring about the change from primary to Graafian follicle, and under the influence of LH, this Graafian follicle will rupture, and the egg in the form of secondary oocyte, it will be released. So the hormones released by the pituitary, they take care of only one thing, that is formation of egg. I told you, for pregnancy we need two things. One, the egg must be made in the ovary, and secondly, the uterine wall must be prepared for the pregnancy. So the first task is taken up directly. The first task is taken up directly by the pituitary hormones, FSH and LH, and the main role is that of FSH, because in presence of the main role is that of LH, because in presence of LH, the Graafian follicle ruptures and the egg is released, and without egg there can be no fertilization, right? So if somehow we could prevent LH from releasing the egg, our half work would be done, because in absence of egg, as I'm again and again saying, there can be no pregnancy. Now, if LH and FSH, they look at this task 1, so who looks after the task 2? So what they do is, this FSH and LH, they do not soil their hands directly in doing this work. They do not get directly involved to do this work. Rather, under their influence, two hormones are released which look after this work. That means under the influence of FSH, these developing follicles will make the first ovarian hormone, that is estrogen, right? And under the influence of LH, the remaining cells of the Graafian follicle, called as corpus luteum, it's going to make the second hormone, that is progesterone, and these two hormones are basically going to take gesterone. They are going to take care of the uterine part, कि uterus का क्या करना है pregnancy के लिए, right? So estrogen, primarily progesterone, it does 2-3 things. One, the progesterone proliferates the wall of the uterus such that it is ready for implantation. Second, this progesterone also makes a dense mucus coat in the cervix, so that once the pregnancy occurs, the child does not fall off the cervix. So it basically blocks the cavity of the cervix by making a very thick layer of mucus over here. And these two parts, that is the part 2 and part 3, that is basically taken care by the progesterone, right? Now what happens is, when the progesterone, if there is no pregnancy and the progesterone level, what happens? Surges. अगर progesterone का level बढ़ जाएगा, what happens if the level of progesterone surges? It increases. Then what happens? I taught you in my previous lecture. High level of progesterone and high level of estrogen in the blood. That means the egg is released. The egg stays here only for 24 hours, but there could be no fertilization. So if there is no fertilization, all this preparation goes a waste. So this progesterone is just being made wastefully. It's a wasteful. So high level of progesterone, what happens, and estrogen, particularly progesterone, what they do is, they stimulate the pituitary to stop making LH, and once the LH is not made, obviously what will happen? There will be no ovulation. In absence of egg, there can be no fertilization. In short, we can see here, if we really want to regulate this, the three things, that is LH, that ovulation doesn't take place, the uterus does not favor implantation, and the cervix does not allow the sperms to come. There are two methods. One, either we block LH directly. We know that LH and FSH, they cause ovulation. So if we really decrease their amount, कि LH की मात्रा कम कर दो, FSH की मात्रा कम कर दो, तो अगर FSH and LH कम हो जाएगा, तो obviously क्या होगा? Ovulation नहीं होगा. अगर ovulation नहीं होगा, तो in absence of ovulation there can be no pregnancy. And the second method was that if we could increase the level of progesterone and estrogen, because progesterone and estrogen, because that increased level of progesterone and estrogen, they in turn stimulate that the LH level be lowered. ठीक है, तो हमारे पास दो ऑप्शन था। एक ऑप्शन क्या था, हम डायरेक्टली LH एंड FSH की मात्रा कम कर दें, यानी कि जो हम पिल्स बनाते हैं, in this pills, you know, tablets, we would make such something such that the LH and FSH level could be lowered directly. Now I'll tell you, किसी भी हार्मोन को कम करना, उसको रोकना, उसको कम, that is difficult. बढ़ाना आसान होता है. It is always easy to increase something in the body. It is very difficult to reduce anything. So if I really wanted to prevent ovulation, I had two options. One, either I reduce the level of FSH and LH by certain means, by certain medicines, or I increase the level of estrogen and progesterone by certain means, because increased level of progesterone and estrogen will internally, naturally inhibit LH formation, hence ovulation. Right? Since it is very difficult to increase something in the decrease anything in the body, in the blood, it is easier to increase. So we made certain medicines which we call as pills. And what are these contraceptive pills? They are actually nothing. They are either estrogen alone. They are a combination of estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen and progesterone. Different pills are of different combination. You know, or they are progesterone, or they are progesterone alone, right? I'm going to write it in short. It is progesterone alone, because the moment you start taking pills, the contraceptive pills, these pills, they release these two hormones. Either is, that depends, you know, depends on the females, depends on the advice of the doctor. You can, there are multiple types of pills available in the market. You can either take an estrogen progesterone combination pill, or you can take a just progesterone pill. The moment you start taking progesterone, the level of progesterone will rise. As the level of progesterone will rise, what will happen? This progesterone, the high level of progesterone, will stop LH production. In absence of LH production, what will happen? The graphene follicle will not undergo, there will be an LH formation, both. So there will be no formation of egg. If there is no egg form, there will be no release of egg. As a result, if there is no egg formation, the uterus will also get unstable. It will not be free for pregnancy. It will not be fit for pregnancy, and the mucus quality in the cervix will also alter, such that it will not allow the sperms to come out. So these three things, you know, they can be checked, they can be stopped. As a result, the pregnancy can easily be regulated. Is that clear? So this is what the pills they do. So what I want to tell you over here is, what we are doing is, we actually found out which hormones are, what we do here is, actually, till the female takes pills. Now hear me a little carefully. Till the female takes pills, right, the body is kept under an illusion कि pregnancy हो गई है, because during pregnancy the oogenesis, ovulation, everything is stopped. Pregnancy के दौरान हम एग बनाना बंद कर देते हैं, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी एक बच्चा पल रहा है. एग निकाल कर क्या फायदा, हम दो बच्चे को तो पाल नहीं सकते. प्रेगनेंसी के दौरान नेचुरली हमारे बॉडी में ये जो हार्मोन है, प्रोजेस्टेरॉन की मात्रा बहुत ज्यादा होती है प्रेगनेंसी के दौरान, क्योंकि प्रोजेस्टेरॉन को प्रेगनेंसी हार्मोन बोला जाता है. तो बिकॉज ऑफ हाई लेवल ऑफ प्रोजेस्टेरॉन व्हाट हैपेंस, द LH एंड FSH की मात्रा हमारे ब्लड में कम होती है. एज अ रिजल्ट, नो oogenesis takes place, no ovulation takes place, and the uterus का wall is quite thick, right? And it is and we assume, we create, and there the mucus lining is quite thick. So what happens is, by increasing artificially the level of progesterone, somehow we are fooling the body कि pregnancy हो चुकी है. तो क्योंकि प्रेगनेंसी हो चुकी, तो भाई तुम एग बनाने का काम, फर्दर यूट्रस का काम, सर्विक्स का क्वालिटी अब ऑल्टर मत करो, इसको चेंज रहने दो. हम एक बॉडी को एक धोखे में रखते हैं. इट्स अ प्लेसिबो इफेक्ट. यू नो, वी जस्ट ट्राई टू क्रिएट एन इफेक्ट व्हिच एक्चुअली दैट एज द प्रेगनेंसी हैज हैपेंड. जबकि हमने यहाँ पर किया क्या है? The moment we understood the entire game behind ovulation and pregnancy, we tried to tame the entire process. हम उसको regulate करने की कोशिश करने लगे by artificially putting some hormones. We tried to tame the entire cycle so that so long the female uses the pills, consumes the pills, there will be no oogenesis, there will be no ovulation, there will be no regular thickening of the uterine wall. And since there will be no regular thickening of the uterine wall, there is nothing that will break and will be released to the outside. जब एग ही नहीं बना है तो बाहर निकलेगा क्या? That is, the menstruation also stops, and till the pill is consumed, there will be no oogenesis, ovulation, menstruation. The day the female stops taking the pills, suddenly progesterone का level क्या होगा? कम हो जाएगा. और जैसे ही प्रोजेस्टेरॉन का लेवल कम हो जाएगा, then pituitary will once again start making FSH and LH, and under the influence of FSH and LH, the uterine wall, the level of progesterone will go down. इसके अलावा आप ऐसे भी जानते हैं, ठीक है, what will happen the moment the level of progesterone goes down, the uterine wall का जो stability था वो क्या हो गया, खत्म हो गया. It will start contracting rigorously, and entire thing will be given to the outside by a phenomenon called as menstruation. Right? So this is a very interesting topic. That what do pills do? Pills do nothing. You have to look it in differently. The entire, if we do not want pregnancy to occur from the female side, what we can do is stop egg formation, stop its release, stop the development of stop the activities of the uterus, and make the cervix hostile. All this is hormonally controlled. Once we came to know of exactly what and how the hormones work, we started regulating it, and the regulation came up in the form of pills, which are rich in either estrogen or estrogen-progesterone combination. With this in background, right? With this in background, I will start exactly what is there in your syllabus as to what you have to study. अब मैं उस पर आ जाऊँगी, पर उससे पहले मैं एक बात बताऊँ. While I was reading the article, another interesting fact it came up. You know that when people they publish articles in the net, there are a lot of people who put a comment, their comments below. And one girl, she had put up a comment. I mean, you must be knowing that a lot of work is being, taken up in the terms of pills. I taught you in my previous class that the government of India, there's an institute called as CDRI, Central Drug Research Institute, which is in, I told you, Lucknow, which has made a new type of pill that is a Saheli. What is this pill, how they work? I'll just teach you. And this pill is actually non-steroidal, once in a week pill. And a lot of research is being done in making, pills, because otherwise pills are not very friendly. They are actually altering the hormone level in your body. And the role of the hormones in my body, estrogen, progesterone and FSH and LH, is not only to regulate pregnancy, they also regulate the secondary sexual characters. So if these hormone level they get disbalanced in our body, then what happens? The female, she starts putting up weight, or the development of some beard like things on the cheeks and the moustache over the body, and that looks very ugly. So pills are not friendly at that way, because they are actually altering estrogen and progesterone, which otherwise what they do, other than regulating pregnancy or menstrual cycle, they also help in development of secondary sexual characters in the body. Right? So a lot of research is being put up in how these, how to make some other types of pills which will have lesser side effect. So one of the girls, one of the ladies, she had put up a comment, below, which even I, being a lady, I actually stopped to think over it, to ponder over it, and this my thought is especially to all the girls around. I just want you to think over this, and of course the boys as well. Just think that she wrote is, we have advanced so much in technology, so much in research, but our mindset still remains very small. Why is it that most of the contraceptives, they are female oriented? We are doing more and more research to make new types of pills for females, jabki the role of males is equal in the case of pregnancy. Both of them, they are contributing a gamete to make the zygote. Why is it not much research is being done on the contraceptive aspect from the boy's point of view or the male point of view? How the contraception can be achieved from their end? Why is it that the entire contraception plan and all the research and all the money is going, keeping the females in mind? This is the question she raised, and this is something which even I thought for a long time, that yes, this is the truth. Why? So with that question lingering in your mind, I will directly now come into your syllabus as per your class 12 syllabus for your NEET exam and your board exam regarding pills, implants, and from there we will also move into vasectomy and tubectomy, and we will complete the methods of contraception in our lecture today. So now coming up to your syllabus, what you have to study, right? So my fourth method of reversible method of contraception, that is temporary method of contraception is pills, right? Now in pills, what you have to study first, what are pills? I just now taught you, they are either progesterone alone or they are estrogen progesterone combination, right? This is the first question that will come. Second, that will come, how do the pills work? I just now taught you the pills, they work in three ways. A, they prevent, I'll just put here one, They prevent ovulation, I told you just now. Second, they make the uterus unstable for implantation. And third, I told you, they make the cervix hostile for sperms. So this is very clear to you. Cervix hostile for sperms. This is how they work. And the third thing that will come is, how are the pills used? How are they used? Only 4 questions or 5 questions that will come. Now the pills, they are taken actually for 21 days. 21 days, you know the entire cycle is of 28 days. So they are used for 21 days. During this time there will be no ovulation, hence no menstruation as well. Then we keep a gap of 7 days. So when the 7 days we take gap, when we are not taking the pill, the progesterone level goes down. This makes the uterus fall unstable and menstruation takes place. So basically for 21 days there is no menstruation because of taking the pills, and then when we do not take it for 7 days, then menstruation occurs, and then again we have to start menstruation occurs, and then again the cycle starts once again. So this is how it is taken. Fourth is, name a recent pill that has been developed by CDRI. I told you it's Saheli. And it will come, what are the advantages of Saheli over other pills. So what are some of the disadvantages of the regular pills? पहले वो हम देख लें, उसके बाद हम सहेली पर आएंगे कि उसे कैसे हटाया गया. इस रेगुलर पिल के 2 डिसएडवांटेज थे. सबसे पहला, being hormonal in composition, it had a lot of side effect. Being hormonal, I told you, because the hormones they also regulate our secondary sexual characters as well. Secondary sexual behavior भी regulate करता है. So there were a lot of problems regarding secondary sexual appearance or secondary sexual characters, and more than that, mood swings. A lot of problems were there. So पहला तो हार्मोन का बना है जिसके साइड इफेक्ट है. एंड सेकंड क्या है, इट हैड टू बी टेकन फॉर 21 डेज. अगर आप एक दिन भी बीच में लेना भूल गए, द एंटायर साइकिल विल गेट डिस्ट्रप्टेड एंड इमीडिएटली इट लीड टू मेंस्ट्रुएशन. सारा प्लानिंग हमारा गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. तो ये 2 इसके साथ टेंशन है. पहला तो ये हार्मोन का बना है, ऊपर से एवरीडे याद रखना पड़ता है फॉर 21 डेज. सो सहेली, it's written Saheli, it is Saheli, which was developed by CDRI, right? इसके ये दोनों एडवांटेजेस है. फर्स्ट, इट इज अ नॉन हार्मोनल पिल, नॉन स्टेरॉइडल. आपके बुक पे लिखा है नॉन स्टेरॉइडल का मतलब ये होता है नॉन हार्मोन, बिकॉज एस्ट्रोजन एंड प्रोजेस्टेरॉन दोनों स्टेरॉइड्स हैं. These are steroidal hormones. So it is non-steroidal in nature, and second, it's once in a week. You have to take it only once in a week. तो every day लेने का आपका टेंशन क्या हो गया, खत्म हो गया. So these are the 2 advantages of Saheli. Is that clear? So ये आपका चौथा क्वेश्चन इससे बनेगा. एंड 5वां क्वेश्चन इससे बनेगा is what are night over pills, right? What are night over pills? You must have noticed over here is that all the pills that are taken, they are taken to prevent pregnancy. ये pregnancy से पहले लेने की बात है. But what if there has been unplanned coitus, right? Either it is an unplanned coitus or it is any sexual abuse in the form of rape, etc. And actually the coitus, that is the co-inhabitation, that means exchange of gamete has already taken place. अब हो गया, अब क्या करें? Then there are certain pills which are called as night over pills. After 72 hours, within 72 hours after coitus, this pill is before coitus. It will not even, this will not, egg ही नहीं बनेगा. So there is no chance of pregnancy. But what if by mistake pregnancy has occurred? Within 72 hours, if you take these pills, it will cause natural abortion. ठीक? It aborts pregnancy. So such pills are called as night over pills. So let me quickly recap about pills. What you have to study, what are pills? They are either progesterone or estrogen-progesterone combination. Now what do? They prevent ovulation, they make the uterus unstable for implantation, and they make the cervix hostile for the sperms. How are they used? They are used for actually 21 days, during which there is no menstruation, and then there is a gap of 7 days where the menstruation actually occurs. Tell me something about Saheli. Saheli is basically a new type of pill which has been made by CDRI. It overcomes the drawbacks of the usual pills that we use. It is a non-steroidal and it's a once in a week pill. Now, what are night over pills? Night over pills are those pills which can be taken after coitus within 72 hours. They help to abort the pregnancy. Is that clear? So with that we have completed pills. Now the last topic, from the temporary method of contraception, that is injections and implants. So coming to injections and implants, I just want to tell you that injections and implants are also basically hormonal therapy. Just like pills, they are also either just estrogen or estrogen either progesterone or estrogen progesterone combination. Then how it is different from pills? How it is different from pills, right? I'll just tell you. Pills you take it in the form of tablets, and these are ऐसा पतला पतला एकदम तीली जैसा. There's a diagram in your NCERT as well. They are small as like thin tube-like structures. And within this hormone, progesterone or estrogen progesterone combination is filled up, and it is applied subcutaneously. इसको जैसे स्किन के नीचे ऐसे इंसर्ट कर दिया जाता है. तो this is just like pills, but pills से advantage क्या है? You need not take it every day. इसके अंदर आपका एस्ट्रोजन या एस्ट्रोजन प्रोजेस्टेरॉन कॉम्बिनेशन या प्रोजेस्टेरॉन आपका भरा हुआ है, एंड ग्रेजुअली इसमें से ये हार्मोन लीक करके आपका ब्लड में इट डिफ्यूजेस इनटू द ब्लड. एज अ रिजल्ट यू नीड नॉट टेक दिस पिल्स एवरी डे. So that is the only advantage. Otherwise, the chemical composition of injections and implants is exactly same as that of pills. I repeat, it is also containing, these are small, very small, thin tube-like structures which are placed subcutaneously by the females. And what happens? It is filled with the hormone progesterone and estrogen progesterone combination. It goes on releasing these hormones, and they work exactly the way the pills work. Its only difference is you need not take it every day in the pill, just like the pills, because they keep on diffusing. So obviously their longevity is high. Is that clear? So with that we have completed the temporary methods of contraception. So now let us come to the permanent method of contraception, which includes vasectomy and tubectomy. So as I come to the temporary permanent method, one is vasectomy. Okay, let me change the spelling. It's vasectomy, and the other is tubectomy. Ectomy. First I want to tell you what does ectomy mean. You must have noticed here, ectomy is a common word in both of them. Ectomy means cutting of any of the internal parts. Surgically removal, cutting and surgical removal of any of the internal part. For example, अगर किसी का appendix का problem है और डॉक्टर appendix काट के हटाता है तो उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं appendectomy. Ectomy means removal, surgical removal, and appendect means appendix has been surgically removed by trained professionals, that is meant by doctors. So अब आ जाते हैं vasectomy and tubectomy में क्या कटेगा. Now come to males. We know that in male this is this testis. It lies within the scrotum. Now from here we will have this epididymis, and the epididymis actually moves ahead in the form of vas deferens. You know that. This is the vas deferens, and this vas deferens will eventually open into the urethra, and the sperms will be released to the outside through the urethra. What we do here is, हम यहाँ पर क्या करते हैं, vasectomy में हम vas deferens को काट देते हैं, and काट के यहाँ सिल देते हैं. It is cut and ligated. I again repeat, the vas deferens, this is your vasa deferens. It is, you can see, cut and ligated. Ligate मतलब सिलना. Why? So that जो sperm आपका रिलीज हो रहा है यहाँ से, टेस्टिस से, ये sperm यही restrict हो जाएगा, वो आगे बढ़ ही नहीं पाएगा, such that the fluid which is released from the males, this is not semen but seminal plasma. And you know that what is seminal plasma? Seminal plasma is basically the fluid secreted by the 3 glands. तो यहाँ पर आपका prostrate seminal vesicle, prostrate gland and bulbourethral gland, ये अपने तीनों secretions देंगी, such that secretion will be released to the outside, but the secretion will not contain the sperm. So if the fluid which is released into the female vagina, it does not contain the sperm. अगर इसमें sperm ही नहीं है, the semen has the seminal plasma has been released in the process of coitus, but this does not contain sperm. तो अकेले egg से क्या है, fertilization नहीं हो सकता. So that is called as vasectomy. Since it is once cut, it is irreversible. ठीक है, it is irreversible. Why? क्योंकि अब reversible. Now it has been cut. Both side ka vas deferens will be cut and ligated. Now that the vas deferens has been cut, now the sperms can never release along with the seminal plasma and no pregnancy can take place. In case of tubectomy, it's the fallopian tube which meets the same fate. Fallopian tube. So, PN, तो यहाँ पर ट्यूब का एक्टोमी हो रहा है, so हम लोग इसको ट्यूबेक्टोमी करते हैं. यहाँ पर भी we cut it and ligate it. Now, if we cut and ligate, we know that the egg waits here. ठीक, and the sperm will be, if at all, and suppose the sperm, it's a normal coitus and the sperm is released, but the sperm and egg will never be able to meet each other because we have cut it over here. यहाँ egg बनेगा female में, the egg will be released, but there will be a permanent cut barrier between them, so they can never meet. So this is called as tubectomy, because here the fallopian tube is basically being cut and ligated, right? Both of them are irreversible. So let us see what are the various names by which we know them. We call it as a, let me put its name. First we call it a surgical method because it actually requires surgery with the help of a trained doctor. So we call it as surgical method. We also call it as sterilization because once this is taken up, the male or the female, अगर हमने tubectomy कराया तो the female will become sterile. She will never be able to conceive. And अगर हमने male में कराया है vasectomy, तो he can never release sperms. As a result, he will never be able to, bear a child. That means contribute in bearing a child. So it is also called as sterilization because they get sterile. They become infertile, sterile, and it is also called as terminal method because it is irreversible. Terminal, khatam, uske baad sara khela khatam. So it is also called as terminal method. Right, here I just want to tell you two things. One, in today's time, medical science has advanced a lot, so they can be reversed. We can actually open this and then surgically join them again. So that is possible. And secondly, I want to tell you at times the female may or the male, they may go tubectomy and vasectomy and still they may conceive. कभी-कभी क्या होता है, stitch खुल जाता है. ऑपरेशन हो गया, स्टिच हुआ, लेकिन स्टिच किसी कारण से खुल गया और खुलने के बाद ये वापस जुड़ गया. तो हम तो अपने जान में क्या सोच रहे हैं कि नाउ देयर विल बी नो प्रेगनेंसी, बट देन प्रेगनेंसी मे अकर बाय मिस्टेक. Otherwise also in today's time of medical advancement, it can be reversed, but in your syllabus it's irreversible, so you are going to study it as irreversible. Right? So with that we have completed this. Now moving on to the last paragraph of your NCERT, I just want you to see this. About contraception. There's a paragraph that's given here. It just highlights few things about all the types of contraceptive devices. Contraception. अभी हमारा टॉपिक contraception and contraceptive devices complete हो गया. तो आपके NCERT में कुछ लिखा हुआ है. It highlights about some points. What are the points it highlights? पहला ये कह रहा है कि this contraception is not essential for reproductive health. Contraception ऐसा नहीं है कि अच्छा reproductive healthy life रखने के लिए it is used. No, not at all. It is not for not for healthy reproductive life के लिए it is जरूरी है कि इसको use करें. It is actually done. It is a forced method. It is forced to take up to plan pregnancies. प्रेगनेंसी को प्लान करने के लिए, पॉपुलेशन को घटाने के लिए we are forced to take it up. That is why it should always be taken with consultation of a doctor. ठीक, because many of them may have drawbacks and many of them may require some professional help as well. And lastly, it says that yes, it has some demerits, and it is saying that but we are promoting contraceptive methods because it is actually helping us control pregnancy, but it has some demerits as well. These demerits are not very alarming, but yes, it has, and some of the ill effects that is written in your NCERT is nausea. इसके इस्तेमाल करने से let me see what are the other points it's given. It is nausea, abdominal pain. Nausea मतलब चक्कर वक्कर आना. It may lead to abdominal pains. पेट वगैरह में दर्द वगैरह होता है. Pains. Breakthrough bleeding. In some cases, it leads to over bleeding as well. Breakthrough bleeding. Then it's writing irregular menstrual cycle. Irregular menstrual cycle, it can lead to that. And last, in some cases, it may also lead to breast cancer. So this can also come as a question. State some common drawbacks of using contraceptive devices. So these are the 5 points that are given in your NCERT. But still, they play a significant role in controlling the population. Though it is not important for maintaining a very healthy reproductive system or reproductive organs, but we are forced to take it up. So we should go for consultation with doctors, because somehow it helps to space pregnancies and thus, building up a happy family life, right? So with that, the methods of contraception is over. So let's quickly have a look at my PowerPoint presentations, which I always do at the end of my lectures. So what are oral contraceptives? I told you either they are small doses of progesterone alone or progesterone estrogen combination. First question, how are they taken? In the form of tablets, and these tablets are called as pills. How are they taken? For 21 days, starting within the first 5 days of the menstrual cycle. After a gap of 7 days, it has to be repeated again. How does it work? Right, first it inhibits ovulation, second it inhibits implantation, and third, it is not here but that's in your NCERT, it also makes the cervix hostile to the sperms. It alters the quality of the cervix as well. So please refer your NCERT. Now, what is the popularity among people? They are effective and with lesser side effects, so they are popular. Now a question on Saheli. It is an oral contraceptive. It is non-steroidal, as you can see, and it's a once in a week pill. The side effects are less and the contraceptive value is high. Right, then I told you about night over pills. So within 72 hours of intercourse, they are useful. They are used to avoid pregnancy due to rape or casual unprotected coitus. They are also known as night over pills. Right, then I taught you about injections and implants. I told you again, this is progesterone or progesterone estrogen combination. They are used like this. These are such stick like structures. They are injected, you can see here, within the skin. Their action is similar to that of pills, only you can see it how it is used. It is used here inside, and these are subdermal implants, but their only thing is they are effective for a longer period of time. Now coming to the permanent method, it is called surgical method. It's also called as sterilization. It's also called terminal method. In male, here you can see the vast difference is cut and tied. In females, it is the fallopian tube which is cut and tied. So just going through this is called sterilization. They block the gamete to meet each other, hence fertilization. In male, it is called vasectomy, female tubectomy. Both are very effective, but reversibility is poor. You can see here the fallopian tube is cut and tied. Here in the males, the vast difference is cut and tied. So it's some more diagrams regarding how it is done, surgically done. You can just go through it. See, before it is like this, and after surgery, the thing becomes like this. I have also showed you the side views. And this is for tubectomy. There's no diagram. And what are the drawbacks of contraception? I told you it has ill effects like nausea, pain, breakthrough bleeding, irregular menstrual cycle, and it can also lead to breast cancer. As a protocol, after this, I will just have a quick look at what's there in your NCERT. So here we are into your NCERT. Please open page 61. You can see here it's given that regarding this is about pills. From here starts the pills, page 61. They are either progesterone or progesterone estrogen combination. They are used by females. They are used in the form of tablets. So they are called as pills. 21 days within first 5 days of menstrual cycle. Then you require a gap of 7 days. And it is repeated. What do? They inhibit ovulation. Second, they inhibit implantation, and they alter the quality of the mucus, cervical mucus, to prevent or retard the entry of sperm. Please learn it verbatim from your NCERT. मैंने जो कुछ बताया है hostile हटाइए, जो NCERT में लिखा वही. Effective है, lesser side effect है. सहेली के बारे में, it's once in a week, few side effect, high contraceptive values, it is non-steroidal and once in a week, right? Then we'll come to injections and implants. So this paragraph is about injections and implants. Like here, progesterone alone, again, or combination, they are used under the skin. They are similar to pills, but the effective period is longer. Now, this is about night over pills. You can administer both, again, that progesterone or progesterone estrogen combination, or again IUD. I forgot to tell you about IUD, but your NCERT says you can also use IUD, but within 72 hours of coitus. Right, so this completes your temporary method. From here we start your permanent method, that is sterilization. You can see we are on page 61 of your NCERT. This is called sterilization. It's also called as terminal method. It's also called as surgical method. You can see the vast difference has been cut and tied in case of males and the fallopian tube in case of females. So accordingly it's called as vasectomy and tubectomy. Right, so and the technique has been described over here. And then, you know, the disadvantages of contraceptions, it's given. You must know that they are not regular requirement for maintenance of reproductive health. They are practiced as a they are practiced against the reproductive effect to cause to prevent pregnancy. It is forced. So but still they help. They have a significant role in checking uncontrolled growth of population, and they have a lot of side effects: nausea, abdominal pain, breakthrough bleeding, irregular menstrual bleeding, and even breast cancer. Right, so with that, even the NCERT discussion on these topics are complete. With this, we have completed, as I told you, our methods of contraception, and now we'll be moving on the next topic in my next lecture. Till then, take care, study hard. Goodbye.